One thing I've always encouraged everyone to do is not only to be open-minded, not only to consider all of their treasure hunters' thoughts and logic to be worth considering and worth looking into and making your own discoveries about, but also that each one of our interpretations are our own. So we need to consider what other possibilities and what other insight may be out there. But at the end of the day, it's all about what you think is right and what you think is fitting of your theory and what you want to take to go boots on the ground whenever you get to that point. So perhaps it's only one method, perhaps it is two, or maybe it's all three of those combined. Maybe when he says, is it walking distance from around the bend, past the hole to water silent flight? And he says, yes, maybe that's a part of it. Maybe some of these different areas that we want to get to are indeed boots on the ground, and we don't really have to go that far, but perhaps we just need to go see it. Perhaps it's just simply close proximity and point to point where we find out something in one small area and then it leads us to another area. And from there on, it's just a mile or two to the treasure. But I'm really trying to challenge you to think beyond your map's edge, as Justin would say. Some of the quotes that he's mentioned that kind of go along with this, I think, thinking outside the box is valuable, is what he said in the One Clue Shorter interview. I can't quite remember. I think he might have said this in Dylan Q&A, but I can't remember the source of the last quote. But at one point I said, I think that there's maybe a certain line of thinking where the people who are in that camp are probably making more tangible progress than others. So at the end of the day, I'm simply trying to encourage you to consider all the options as being something that may or may not be valid. If you are struggling, such as myself, and you want to believe that everything is a close proximity solve, open up your imagination to it not being.